With the 6th selection in the first round of the 2009 first-year player draft, the San Francisco Giants select Zack Wheeler, a right-handed pitcher from East Paulding High School, Dallas, Georgia. The Atlanta Braves are now on the clock.
There is Zack Wheeler. You're looking at him react to it live. The youngster from Dallas, Georgia, sees and hears his name called. You're very high on this guy, aren't you, John?
Well, I am. This is going to be one big man. This is a Georgia kid. He's got a big fastball, big arm. He's got the makings of 2 breaking balls, nice changeup, strike thrower. I think we mentioned he cleaned his delivery up a little bit, and he's been a guy that people have loved all throughout this year. There's no surprise that he's going where he's going.
Zach, I told you your name was coming, man. Relax, it's okay.
Well, and stop and think about this, too. Look at the Giants with that pitching they have now at the big leagues. They've got a couple of kids they've taken first the last couple of years in Bumgarner and Alderson, and now you throw this kid into the mix, look out.
I had a chance to talk to the kid this past weekend, and I asked him about, are you going to sign quickly? Are you going to wait it out? He said, I want to sign. He's a very polite kid, so I bet that the signability really came into play on this kid because he wants to go out and he wants to play.
You know, you start looking at trends with Major League Baseball teams. You know, years ago there was the Oriole way, and you knew the Orioles were going to be a fundamental team, and they pitched. The Giants are now becoming a pitching organization, and this is a great pick for them. 6'4", you know he's going to put weight on, only 175. You got a good look at him. He looks like he's already working out from the picture we saw live. He's getting there. And this is going to be a pitching organization, and you have to pitch and build your team according to your ballpark. The ball doesn't carry in that park.
All right, he's committed to Kennesaw State University, but who knows now? He's the number 6 overall player.
With the 24th selection in the first round of the 2010 first-year player draft, the San Francisco Giants select Gary Brown, a center fielder from Cal State Fullerton, California. With the 29th selection of the 2011 first-year player draft, the San Francisco Giants select Joe Panik, a shortstop from St. John's University, Jamaica, New York. Nice going. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
First middle infielder taken by the San Francisco Giants in the first round since 1988. Scouts describe shortstop Joe Panik as a pure baseball player who plays the game the right way. No surprise then from New York native lists Derek Jeter as his favorite player. Just like Jeter, his bat is a plus tool. Panik led the Red Storm this season with a .398 average, 10 homers, and a .642 slugging percentage. Not only was he a first-team All-Big East shortstop this season, but he was named to one of the 30 semifinals for the Golden Spikes Award, which is given to the nation's premier amateur player. As you see, Joe Panik selected 29th overall by the San Francisco Giants.
The San Francisco Giants select Chris Stratton, a right-handed pitcher from Mississippi State University, Mississippi State, Mississippi. The Atlanta Braves have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
The Giants couldn't wait to make this call. They jumped the gun a little early. Chris started the season in the bullpen for Mississippi State, later moved back to the rotation. Soon Friday nights, the ace of the Bulldogs went 11-2 with a sparkling 2.38 ERA. His strikeouts to innings pitched were incredible. 127 Ks and 25 walks in over 109 innings. And here it is, the college arm that you projected.
I think they're thrilled that this guy was even on the board. I mean, this is a guy who was being mentioned in the top 10. Good pitcher's body, good 3-pitch mix. I mean, this guy is going to be a big league starter in the not-too-distant future.
With the 25th selection of the 2013 first-year player draft, the San Francisco Giants select Christian Arroyo, a shortstop from Hernando High School, Brooksville, Florida. The New York Yankees have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
Wow, Christian Arroyo from Brooksville, Florida. He's a 6'1" shortstop, ranked 102nd by Baseball America. He's verbally committed to the University of Florida. He wants to stay at shortstop. They say he has good hands, makes all the routine plays, but scouts say he profiles best as a catcher. A catcher. Solid hitter, surprising pop. His stats in 2013 in high school: .524 batting average, 11 home runs, 42 runs scored, 35 RBIs. This is a shocking pick, is it not, Jonathan Mayo?
Oh, it is, and I had him a little bit further down than that Baseball America ranking, but in the same neck of the woods. This is a guy who's been around for a while. He was the starter for the USA Baseball 18 and under team and played very well over the summer. He's a solid all-around shortstop. The tools don't jump out at you, but he can stay at shortstop. And I think that's probably what the Giants are thinking. You're always looking up the middle. There are not a lot of shortstops out there to be had.
Now, you talked about a money pick earlier with the Royals, right? Is this a money pick, a money deal, do you think? Or
I mean, they might have a deal in place. The Giants don't have, a ton of picks. So I don't know, how much money they're going to save on that. Maybe a little bit, but I don't know if the Giants are playing that game.
Listen, I love Brian Sabian, John Barr. They don't care. They're going to take exactly who they think is going to be the guy. I love that.
With the 14th selection of the 2014 first-year player draft, the San Francisco Giants select Tyler Beede, a right-handed pitcher from Vanderbilt University, Nashville, Tennessee. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
Tyler Beede, 6'4", from Vandy. Remember, he was the 21st overall pick by the Blue Jays in 2011 out of high school. Instead, went to college, and now he moves up to number 14 overall to the Giants. Let's shine our MLB Network spotlight on Tyler Beede.
Tyler Beede, Vanderbilt University, right-handed pitcher. I want to announce my presence with authority. Pride myself in my rapping ability. When I rap, these people laugh and say they think it's kind of funny. Just follow in the footsteps of guys like Price and guys like Sonny.
Yeah, he's a rapper in his spare time. His nickname is Young Beede. He stole it from me. As a sophomore, he led college baseball with a 14-0 record. This season, 8-7 ERA of 3.2, but he dominated Xavier in last week's regionals, striking out 14 in 8 scoreless innings. His fastball touches 97 at times. Has a difficult time repeating his mechanics, leading to sporadic control issues, but what you see is what you get. He was a first-round pick in 2011, and now here he is in 2014, 14th overall to the Giants. Peter Gammon's upstairs with us on this night. Peter, you know Tyler well, don't you?
This is a really interesting story because they call a lot of pitches at Vanderbilt. They ended up down the stretch really throwing more changeups than fastballs. He lost a lot of confidence in his command of his fastball. Last start against Xavier, as you mentioned, he was up to 98 miles an hour. The comps I have gotten from people who have known him for a long time, including people that know his father, Walter, said, this guy is Matt Harvey. He's from a cold weather area that is developing. He lost some confidence in his junior year, but he has tremendous upside. And, I think San Francisco is a great place for him to go, get away from it all, and just let it go, because he's got monumental stuff.
With the 18th selection of the 2015 MLB Draft, the San Francisco Giants select Phil Bickford, a right-handed pitcher from the College of Southern Nevada in Henderson, Nevada. The Pittsburgh Pirates have the next selection.
Phil Bickford, a familiar name that was drafted 10th overall 2 years ago out of high school by the Jays. Never signed, took his talents to Cal Fullerton. Pitched there one season, was great, 6-3 ERA, barely over 2. Then dominated at the Cape, transferred to a junior college, so he'd be eligible for the draft tonight. Some question whether he's a future starter, considering he earned outstanding pro prospect honors coming out of the bullpen at the Cape, where his fastball touched 98. Phil Bickford from the College of Southern Nevada, drafted 18th overall by the Giants. Dan, your thoughts on Phil Bickford?
Well, 6'5", 210, lean, electric arm. It's got some balance issues in his delivery. Secondary pitches need to come a little bit. Very interesting kid. Another discussion, though, is he a starter or a bullpen guy? Giants have done a good job developing pitching there.
Yeah, the San Francisco Giants, and they've got an atmosphere that may work and play for a guy like Phil Bickford.
Well, I think mechanics all over the place sounds like Lincecum, right? I mean, I don't think the Giants are too worried about being able to fix somebody and figure it out. You know, so I think that's one of the reasons you go. It's tough to pass up. I like his route. He basically said, it's time for me to sign, boys. I'm going to a JC.
You know, I will say, though, Harold, this is a young man that's had some issues that trailed him. Now that he's got an opportunity to play professional baseball, he should take advantage of that opportunity.
Phil Bickford, 18th overall to the Giants.
With the 19th selection of the 2017 MLB Draft, the San Francisco Giants select Helio Ramos, an outfielder from the Leadership Christian Academy in Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. The New York Mets have the next selection.
Helio Ramos, he won't turn 18 until September, so it makes him one of the youngest players in this draft class. He may have more raw tools than anyone drafted tonight as well. I mean, first off, scouts love his raw power. There are tales of a 500-foot home run. He's got a cannon from the outfield, so good many think he can stay in center field. Then there's the speed. He's considered a plus-plus runner. So fast, scouts see him stealing 20 to 30 bags if he reaches his full potential. Helio Ramos, a 17-year-old, to the San Francisco Giants.
With the second selection of the 2018 MLB Draft, the San Francisco Giants select Joey Bart, a catcher from Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia.